hola, however you would like to hear from me. My name's Marie Bonaminio, if you haven't met me before, and I am one of the NKA, I'm on the NKA curriculum committee. So this class actually was going to be a live class, and after we had the pandemic occur, we decided we'd still try to do this the same way. So I want to first tell you just a little bit about NKA, and maybe you know some of this history and maybe you don't, but I thought I would at least share that with you. So over 15 years ago, a group of dedicated volunteers came together to create a lifelong learning program in Pocatello in partnership with Idaho State University. The volunteers looked at many different models and decided to create new knowledge adventures, which is, you're on one of the new knowledge adventures through Zoom today. One of the first we've ever done, let's put it that way. And the volunteers looked at many different models of how they could make this happen and decided to create new knowledge adventures that had these three components: affordable access, which these classes don't cost you unless there is a class that maybe has to have some type of material or ingredients. But today, if you decided to purchase, it is on you. That there was a volunteer governance. There are volunteer instructors. So none of our instructors are paid for what they do. They just volunteer their time and all of their knowledge. And the active engagement of the community and membership to provide diverse, high quality, and some educational experiences and fun. Hopefully you'll look at this one as a fun learning experience. In 2014, AARP Idaho, Idaho State University Meridian, and Treasure Valley YMCA formed a partnership to expand the NKA to the Treasure Valley. And today, NKA Treasure Valley continues to offer dynamic and compelling lifelong classes and opportunities for seniors to learn something new. So in the fall, right now, 2020, we've decided to offer online classes, and that just began this week. So hopefully you've signed up for many more classes that we're going to be having throughout the next couple of months. And we are the only NKA group in Idaho offering online classes. So bear with us, as this is a training for all of us. And hopefully today turns out just like it should, and you'll be happy to tune in to all the rest of the classes. I have with me today, and also a good friend of mine. I'm in her home, and we are doing this class from Elisa Perez O'Connor's home. She's right here with me. I'll introduce her. I'm going to just give you a little brief history, and she can do more if she'd like to. So Elisa grew up in a Mexican culture and was blessed with family who taught her and shared their cooking of traditional recipes, as in the one we're going to do today. She's been cooking and sharing recipes for over 30 years, and she enjoys teaching and also showing others. So today, I'm going to be helping her. I'm going to be a Mexican sous chef, along with my husband, who's also helping with the controls, and her husband over here, who's going to roast the peppers for us outside and show you you could do them on the barbecue or you can do them in the kitchen. So hopefully you all received your email that has the recipe. And if you'd like to cook along with us, or if you would like to save this recipe, you can do this on your own. There's only one thing on the recipe that we forgot, which was toothpicks. So if you have any wooden toothpicks, you'll need those to put the relleno together, to hold it together when we're frying it. So I just want to tell you that ahead of time in case you're planning to make these today. But if not, you can have them on hand for the next time you try this. So I'm going to have Elisa tell you a little bit about this recipe, and then we'll get started.
Hi, nice to meet you all. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. This recipe came from my grandmother, so my mom's side of the family, and was a wonderful, wonderful Mexican cook. So I hope that you all enjoy these chili rellenos. So they've been in the family for years and years. So I hope you guys can all enjoy them. Do we want to get started?
Sure, is everybody ready for us to start the process? You can give me a thumbs up and I'll know you're ready. Also, I wanted to tell you that we do have a chat window and we're keeping everyone at this time muted just because we don't want to get the background music. And also we'd like to make sure that if you have questions, we want to answer you along the way. So if you'll just put your questions in the chat window, we'll watch that and see if there's anything that maybe you need to know, and I'll answer you back. And if you think it's something that everyone would like, you can always do the everyone, or you can just do privately to me. And you'll see my face is up on the screen here, but I'm also under Elisa O'Connor. So you can send that to Elisa O'Connor or Marie, and I'm watching that. So hopefully you have, I see that the recipe was just put up. And so if you don't have it in front of you, you should see it in your, if you look at the chat window, we have the recipe sitting there for you.
And the ingredients as well.
And the ingredients, so you know. And we're making this for 6 at this point. So if you want to double it, you'll just double the recipe down the road if you decide to make this for a much bigger fiesta.
There you go. So if you guys aren't familiar, you can either use a pasilla chili or a poblano. I know the poblanos are easier to find at any grocery store. I think the pasillas are at Mexican markets, if you can find them or not. But what you do, first of all, is we're going to roast them on the stove. And what I normally do, you can roast them on the stove or roast them in the barbecue, which I think it's a lot less messier in the barbecue than in the kitchen. But I'm going to kind of give you a little example of what we do. So just roast them over the stove top.
I'm going to try to bring you right to the stove with Elisa. So you should be able to watch this as she does this.
Yes, and it may take a few minutes to get them well roasted, but you just kind of let them sit there on the stove.
Here.
You got it? Let them sit on the stove and just let them get roasted until, it might take, like I said, a few minutes. There's going to be some crackling and popping, but don't get scared. And so do you have some outside in the barbecue?
They're ready.
Do you want to go out with Franklin and check out the barbecue? Gus will take you out to see the ones that have been roasted out in the barbecue as well.
So either way, and if you look online, you can see that there, and I think I maybe have that link there, that you could, if you don't want to be roasting in your house, you surely can be doing that out on the barbecue, which I think you're going to get a picture of also outside.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a picture under Marie's iPhone there showing you that you could do them outside also, if that seems easier.
Yeah.
And you could do them all at once. So Elisa, how long do you roast them?
I would say probably roast them, like I said, it'd probably take about maybe 5 minutes to roast them completely.
And what do they look like when you're roasting them?
I will show you once they come in from the outside, and they will look just really crisp and dark, dark colored, kind of burnt all over the skin. So when that happens, that means they're ready to start peeling the skin off. Before we do that, we're going to put them in a plastic bag and let them sweat, which those look really good. They look amazing.
Are you still looking at them?
No.
Okay, so shall I turn around and show you what? These are what were just roasted on the barbecue. And we're picking them up and putting them in the plastic bag so that they can now start their sweating.
You put them in a bag and just, twirl it so they can sweat inside for about 5-10 minutes. That should be suffice.
Okay, not bad.
You can roast the other one, Franklin. Did you roast them all?
What?
Did you roast them
The
all?
one, yeah, that's it.
Okay, do you want to do,
You
do
said
you want to
don't,
do these two?
don't. You want me to do that?
We'll go ahead and get all of our poblano peppers roasted.
Yeah, we're just gonna send them outside because at this point, it's faster to just roast them out in the barbecue. It happens quicker and you can get started, continuing. So in the meantime, you wanna get your cheese ready. So what I've done, you're gonna use Monterey cheese. At this point, you can use any kind of cheese that you like. So you just wanna cut them in kind of chunks like this, blocks like this. If you cut a big block of cheese and comes out like this, and then just, cut blocks of it separately and there you go.
And you can cook,
It's easy peasy.
you can cut more than you need so you can
Yeah.
eat some cheese along the way.
There you go. That
Right?
sounds good, yes, yes. So, we let the poblanos sweat a little bit, and you're also going to need. What I've done is put the flour in a flat. You can put it in a plate or any kind of pan. So when you're ready to dip the chili rellenos in there.
A question got asked is, can you do these under the broiler?
I'm sure you can. I can't see why not. I've
This-
never tried that.
Someone asked if you could do these under the broiler. And I would think you could, as long as you don't have any, as long as your broiler is not too hot and kind of starts sparking them up. That would be I would definitely watch them if you were
Yeah.
going to put them in the broiler.
Okay. And so while the poblanos are sweating, we're going to get the eggs ready for dipping. So you just want to get any kind of platter. And we're going to do, we have to separate the eggs from, well, the yolk from the, what is the yolk and the
White.
white. So this is going to be a little, shoot. Okay. So I figure you probably do about 6 of these. or
And
maybe
you can keep your yolks for something else.
You need your yolks for this.
But I mean, your yolks are going to go in a separate.
Right, right.
Want me to get you another bowl? So are we using a whole dozen?
Not a whole dozen, like I think probably around 6 to 8 eggs would be really good. And I'm not doing a great job at this, but so
Just separate the two,
yeah,
whatever works for you.
it's a messy job. So, has anyone ever made these before or tried them? No?
Good. Well, now you'll experiment. And it always helps if you have a margarita along the way. It makes you more relaxed. So you're more than welcome to do that too. And maybe some chips or something to keep your energy going.
So after you get all the yolk with the white separated, what you're going to do is you're going to get a blender and get the whites of the egg to fluff up first.
Kind of like when you're making a meringue.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So I'm almost done.
Someone just said they love your kitchen.
Thank
I
you.
do too. It's real easy to work in, that's for sure.
It is.
You're plugging it ready to go.
you, Gus. Almost
Oh,
done
so,
here.
well, I'll have Elisa give you the recipe for the margarita,
Okay.
because I know somebody wants that, so we'll do that.
Last one here. How many did I cut? 6. All righty. Like I said, it's a messy job, but somebody's got to do it, right? So I'm gonna get the blender. I'm gonna move over here. So thank you, Gus. He's on top of it. So I'm gonna blend these until they get all white and fluffy. It shouldn't take too long. You probably could do it a little bit more just to get them really puffy and fluffy. And then once we're ready to put the chili rellenos, soak them in there, we're going to add the yolks to the mix before we add the chili rellenos. So we're going to take a look at the chilies now and see about peeling the skin. And they're really hot, so just be careful. And what you want to do is do it under cold water. And if you notice, the skin should come off pretty simple, pretty easily, is what I mean. So, and what you're going to do is just take it all off. And it's really hot, so just be careful.
And sometimes, because I did this with her before, your eyes start to even kind of water because there's that heat that comes off the chili itself. So if you start crying, it's not because you're having, a bad day. It's just because the chilies are getting to you in your eyes.
So with peeling the skin, you want to also take all the seeds out, unless you like really spicy chili rellenos.
Yes, definitely get the seeds out of there, or they might be a little too hot. That's what ends up happening. You start feeling that as you breathe it.
So, and then just put them aside, and once you do that, I'm probably just going to do how many should we cut?
She's peeling them under what? I think we should do them all.
Okay.
Because we're making a recipe here of all of them, so you can fill them all.
And don't get scared if you see that the chili rellenos are falling apart. That's what the toothpicks are for. Kind of help to keep them together.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you, Marie.
I know. Got it. On these cooking classes, if we end up doing more, it would be great for anybody to get, please let us know that you can hear us, see us, you understand the process. So that's something at the end of all the classes, and this one included, we will give out, we'll be sending an evaluation sheet. So please give us your feedback. because we want to continue doing these classes. Just want to make sure that everybody benefits from, you know, watching the process so you can try it yourself. And if you know anyone who'd like to do one of these types of classes, please let us know that too.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
We have a wonderful helper here helping out.
So this year is going to be a little different for us with these classes. And we may be continuing this on for next semester. We have no idea yet when we will be able to do live classes. So if you have suggestions of anything that you think would be of interest for the group, let us know. I happen to be one of the curriculum committee members, and I'm sure we'd all like to hear if there's things that you think we could do in Zoom classes like this that you would all benefit from.
I'm just gonna fluff up the whites on this side. Get them ready.
So do you need to do this twice like you're doing?
No, I didn't really fluff them up originally, so
Okay.
I just want to make sure I get them.
So what's the consistency of how that should look when you're done? The white, like meringue?
Yeah. Fluffy, fluffy. Okay, so I think we should mix in, excuse me, my nose and eyes are watering. I'm going to add the yolks to it. So you just kind of just throw them in there and you're gonna mix again.
So you have to do these separately though.
All right. So, they took our chili rellenos for a minute. You guys can bear with us and we'll show you how we're going to get these stuffed and how we cook them.
I think you need to have us drink your margarita.
Okay, well,
You're doing such a good job, Elise.
cheers.
Yes. Energy along the way.
Yes. Here we go. Thank you, Gus, again. Oh my gosh, those are really roasted.
Yeah.
We got those are a little toasty.
Thank you, Franklin.
So we'll bring them over here.
Oh.
Probably gotta sweat those.
Yeah.
We'll put those in here. We had a couple extra sitting out there on the barbecue, so we'll get those ready after she gets going here.
All right, so here you have the de-skinned and de-veined and de-seeded. What you're gonna do the relleno out, and you're gonna.
You like it cheesy?
I like my cheese.
Cheesy. So
So this is where the.
We're freezing here. Okay.
Can you guys hear us? Are we good?
Sheena, are we going fine?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Thumbs up.
So you just want to kind of, make it where you can hold them together. This is not going very well.
Somebody's camera froze. Yikes, frozen. Sometimes camera down.
Gus, you're making me nervous. So just do what you can. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just, you know, try to hold them together. And like I said, they don't come out perfect at all. So we'll do another one.
Well, they never look perfect in the restaurant. They're always falling apart when they come on your plate.
you,
Soon as
Maria.
you, so I think that you're doing a great job here.
You.
And I agree, the more cheese, the better.
So just, you know, do what you can. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna do these 3 for now, kind of show you what we're gonna do next. Thank you, guys. Alrighty, so this is where your powder is gonna come in place.
We got we got flour sitting right here with us and the egg.
You kind of want to put it all together, kind of close by, because it will be a messy job. Where's my oil? And you can use any kind of oil that you like. I like to use vegetable oil. Just fill it enough. And we're going to let that warm up a bit before we put the chiles in there. And while that's warming up a little bit, I'm going to put some more cheese on the other chile rellenos. Is anyone making them today?
Cannot see what she's doing.
Can I not see me?
Can you see Elisa now?
Sandy's not making them today, but soon she will.
Let me know how they turn out, Sandy.
Yeah, expect that they do, the heat does give you a little bit of a eyes and throat. That's just part of the process. I'm feeling
it's
it.
not the fire. It's not the smoke.
It's the chile itself. It's kind of spitting out a little bit of heat.
Yes. So I have these ready. Excuse me, Ben. All right, we'll see. So what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna move this here. Is what you're gonna do is, if I do that, you're gonna grab it. You're going to dip it in the flour. I don't know how you did it first. I think you did both, right? In the egg
I did
first?
both.
Yeah. You know, I made a mistake there. It should go in the egg first,
And then the flour.
and then the flour.
But I think we're still gonna stay the same way.
Yeah.
We'll do the next one the same way and watch them cook.
So you just lay it there.
So how hot does the oil need to be when you?
You want to make sure it's warmer than what I did, but you'll be able to tell once you place it on there.
Yeah.
And the correction is you put it in the egg first, and then the flour, and then put it on the in the pan.
I think it states that on your recipe.
It
So,
does, yeah.
yep.
And then just
And that's just plain unbleached white flour, correct?
correct.
Yep.
And like I said, it's very messy.
As you can see, she continues to wash her hands off each time.
Put one more in there. It's messy. And be careful, don't burn any fingers. All right.
Can you see them in this picture starting to cook? Got a little bubbling in the oil. Slightly browning.
Yeah, you want to wait till they get a golden brown.
You're gonna put them like on paper towels.
Yes.
So I want to get that.
So once you're done, you just want to place them on a paper towel just so they can soak up all the oil. And then they're going to be ready to eat.
So let's see, recipe says to dip in flour first, then in egg, then back in flour. Is that right?
Egg mixture and then maybe place in fine. Yeah.
So is it one dip?
It was lightly coat the chili pot in flour. So it was right the first time.
It's okay, just
So
go
I
back.
apologize again. You will put them on the flour first, lightly, dip them in the egg, and then we're going to dip them in the flour again, lightly, for like another light coat, and then place them in the oil. I apologize.
Hey, that's okay. We're on camera. We're just figuring it out as we go.
So since the oil wasn't that warm, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook, but it will definitely come out very delicious. And I normally like to serve, once they're done, I like to serve mine with traditional rice and beans. They're always delicious that way.
And on the recipe that was sent to them was how to make a little sauce to go on them,
Yes.
which you can make it traditional, like
Yes.
was on the recipe that came to you, or if you just like pico de gallo, or you like a simple salsa, whatever you would like to add to top your chili rellenos.
Yes.
So would you call these spicy?
I did leave some of the seeds in it. Like, I mean, who doesn't like any spice? So I did leave some of the seeds. I mean, you can try to remove all of them, but it's tough. They start falling apart. But I did leave some seeds.
Is that what spices them up?
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody wanted to make them mild, it's really just more about the chili itself?
Yes, the chili poblanos, the ones that are easier to find, those are always a little spicier. For me, it's the pasillas are not, they're a lot milder than the poblano chilies. So
Okay.
that's, if you want less spicy, go with the pasillas. So I'm going to turn this one around. So if you see here, it's not as golden brown, but we turn it around and let it cook. You see it gets really nice and golden around it. And let's see, I think this one. And you can put more flour on them.
Sometimes when I have eaten them in the restaurant, they taste very much more eggy. Is that because they put a lot more egg?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes I taste more egg
Yeah,
than
they have a lot more
anything.
of the egg and flour, I think. But if
Okay,
you see that, I mean,
that's
don't-
plenty
they
to
don't have to
me.
be very covered with the flour or the egg, but and they smell very good. My husband actually loves these. Whenever we go to a Mexican restaurant, that's all he orders. I say, Callum, try something new, but
Hey, Lisa,
yeah.
the cheese inside, what do you recommend? First, what are you using and what also do you recommend?
I use the Monterey cheese. Like I said, you can spice it up. You can mix it with cheddar and Monterey. You can use
What about the Mexican cheese that's called fresca?
you
Fresca?
can use any cheese you want. Traditional style is just Monterey cheese. So like I said, you could use anything. You can use pepper jack, whatever is to your liking.
Probably traditionally it's more of a white cheese, right? You watching the chat? That we got that.
No more questions? Does anyone else have any other questions?
As we're frying,
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Now for when you prepare the roasted the peppers, can I remove the seeds before I roast them?
Or if you can make one slit, it's going to be harder because the chili is going to be, it's tough. So
Oh,
yeah,
chili
so
needs to be soft.
it needs to be soft that people just get them out. It's like
oh, okay.
like a jalapeno skin, really just rough, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely advised to roast them first.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
The recipe for Mexican
Oh,
rice.
Okay. I'll put it together and I'll send it over.
Someone asked for the Mexican rice recipe. So Elisa said she'd be glad to put that together and then we can send that out also.
I have a question.
Sure.
Would they become crispy when you are done, or would they be softer?
Will they be
Crispy
crispy or
when they're done.
softer?
The outside of it will be, but not the chili itself or anything inside. But you will get a little crispiness from the egg and the powder. Just a slight crisp, not too much.
Yeah, it actually, the texture looks just more like a coating. It's not like fried chicken.
Yeah.
It's just a little coat.
I think these are actually, I'm gonna let them sit.
So they're going on to the paper towel now, so they can drain.
And then I'm gonna throw in a couple more. I'm gonna do it the right way this time. And then. Alrighty. Like I said, don't get discouraged if they fall apart. It's I guess you could probably, not roast them too much if you want, the skin a little bit harder so they don't fall apart as easily. This one's falling apart here.
That's good. It's more gooey.
All righty, let's see.
We have one more? Those, yeah.
So I have another question.
Sure.
Sandy asked, can you make the batter with egg and flour to provide more coating?
I've never actually tried doing that. I'm not sure if it would take the coating, take the fluffiness of the egg away. I'm not sure how the flour and the egg yolk, the egg white would work together. So that I don't know. And if you try it, if it works, please let me know.
I would think it would, you wouldn't get the same batter.
Yeah.
I don't think the batter would be the same.
Yeah, I think Marie and I both agree that the
Yeah.
batter would not probably come out the same. So I definitely would do it separately.
Yeah.
If it works, we'll do another class.
Yes.
Well,
Just so we
if
can eat more.
Yeah, there you go.
it works, you can tell us that, so we'll know.
Like I said, once the heat is really hot and going, you see how easy it is, and it gets coated really easy, cooks faster.
I think the temperature of the oil is probably one of the keys to whether it all seems to stay.
Yes, exactly. So, another plate, I can put the other two Rellenos on a napkin. And it's a mess, it's a mess. So like I said, be prepared to
Clean up a
clean
little.
the kitchen a little bit.
But this probably gives all of you an idea that now you might have a favorite recipe that you think you could share. We could try it with you too.
So is anyone making it there? I see somebody in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I think in the recipe or in the email with the recipe, we had told you that we usually you can serve this with beans and rice so that you can have a full meal.
Yes, and a margarita. Don't forget about the margarita.
Right, you got to have the liquid.
Yes, that's the important part.
So just so you know, this is being recorded. So if for some reason you want to see it again, it's going to be available to you. And it would be available for you to promote it to anyone else who's, interested in any of our NKA classes.
Yes. And Marie is a great supporter. She's, if you need assistance, she helps you all the way through it.
I would be very open to anyone saying, I think I'd like to do a certain type of class. We'll help you get through that. Right now we have our fall season complete, but it's very possible we'll be looking for more classes for what we call the spring quarter next year. If you get enthusiastic to think about that.
So Ina Hart is trying hers right now.
Oh,
All right.
fantastic. How's it going? Can I ask, how's it going? Is it Ina?
Ina.
Ina, how is it going?
And then the other person, I don't know his name. He's
Okay.
previously cooking.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm happy.
Well, it's good for you to experiment.
Yes. So just fry them a good amount of time. Like I said, be careful, they're really hot. And just let them sit there. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on a plate with rice and kind of let you see the final.
What kind of topping are we going to put on them?
Well, I normally, this is just myself, I don't like the chili sauce or any kind of sauce on it. I normally just like to eat mine that way. But if like the recipe for the sauce is attached, if you like to add any kind of sauce, you can do that. You can add salsa, you can add anything that you have handy. It's pretty easy. And then so you just pour it here, have your Mexican rice. And then grab a chile relleno. There you go. And enjoy dinner. So
So it looks like we're probably about 10 minutes to 5. We weren't sure how long this class might take us, but we're open for any questions. And if you would like to have any, I guess you'd want to say discussion amongst you about the class and maybe what you learned or what you feel you can share with others, that'd be great too. Then we would all kind of see if we saw it through the same set of eyes on this Zoom, I guess
Yeah.
you'd want to say Zoom class.
Yeah, let me know if there's any part that was confusing. I know the dipping into the flour and the egg was a little confusing at first. So I want your cheese in there, dip it into the flour, then the egg, and back in the flour, and then put into the oil, and it'll come out fabulous. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
When you are fried, does the cheese come out?
No, I think once you have everything on there and you put it in the oil, it kind of tends to hold hold itself together. You may have, some of it wanting to come out, but I noticed that once it's in the oil frying, it sticks, it holds it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's you could surely do it on your own, but I think it's nice to have a helper there to kind of
Yeah.
get everything in front of you
Yeah.
and making it. That's a plus.
You want to try it, Miss Marie?
Oh, yes.
Let's see what Marie thinks.
Mm. So they're very, I guess you'd want to say, there's definitely a batter on them, but it's not real thick. So that's great for me. Since I really want to taste, I really want to taste the chili along with the cheese. I'm taking a smaller bite, but you can take as big a bite as you want.
Stop teasing and just take the bite.
That'd be good.
Oh, so good. Yes. And they're not hot. I mean, you can taste the chili, but like I don't have to immediately drink something because it's hot. I know there's a little underlying heat, but a lot of people sometimes I think are fearful of Mexican food because they think it's going to be real hot. But these chilies are mild comparison. And here I'm going to eat some of the rice, and she'll give you this recipe too.
I mean, not my best.
Yum. Yes. We're going to enjoy this.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. And if you guys have any more questions, please let us know. And I definitely like to get some feedback after you guys try these yourself.
Yeah, I put the link to the survey in the chat. So if you guys could take just a second and click on that and answer the questions out there, give us some feedback. We certainly are trying something new here, and we'd love to get some feedback to Elisa as well. So if you would please do that, that'd be great.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Yes, and don't forget, today happens to be Mexican Independence Day. So that is why we did this today. So we are celebrating. And you can too, with whatever you'd like.
Yes. Cheers. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Ole.
Call Stunny. Oh, I got cell phone.
Lisa, Marie, Carol, Ina Hearts, Marie B's phone number, Sandy Schultz, that's Sharon R. Lupe. Okay.
He must have gone to the gym.
No, he's busy.
At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
This is ARP calling, and if you can't stay home to watch your wife put on the show,
Oh, he was there,
I
didn't you
think we'll
see?
have to transfer the program to some other Mexican place to get our food. But just to give you a nice brief synopsis, it was a very well done show, very informative, and looked like it was very tasty. See you later. Hello? Well, I just called Frank Steinick and told him it was ARP calling, that the show was very good, and that he should be home when his wife is doing a presentation. Hey, it was good. They did a nice job. I didn't see.
Yeah, I saw him. Said